right, empty school. Time to shining my way through the halls.
Principal Shepard! Where is everyone?
Principal Shepard's not here, Miss Griffin.
Why are you talking like that?
Sorry, that was Tony, the little boy who lives in my mouth. Why are you here? It's skip day.
It's skip day? Nobody told me.
She's unpopular and unattractive.
Oh, you naughty little thing. You've been very bad and must go into the dungeon.
School's out, Koichi. Why are you still studying there? Let's go home. Oh, sure. That's a relief. Josuke seems to be feeling better. Yo, Angelo. Hey, has this rock always been here? Yeah, but it's been given a facelift. Facelift? Well, what do you know? Yo, Angelo. I've been meaning to ask, what happened to Mr. Jotaro? Oh, he said there was some stuff he needed to look into, so he went back over to the Grand Hotel. Do you think it has to do with the town? Sure seems like it. I see.
Making her way to the ring, accompanied by
We're facing a crisis.
Varsity Club from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland. The real deal, Q Goose, the American Dream.
I think that's a... Hey, Josuke! What? I could be wrong, but hasn't this house been abandoned for a few years? Yeah, I doubt anyone would buy this eyesore. They'd be better off bulldozing it and starting over. Well, maybe they just moved in. When I looked up at the window, I could have sworn I saw someone. Huh? But that's impossible. Did you forget where I live? I'd have noticed if someone moved in. And besides, I always see real estate guys patrolling the area looking for squatters. I guess that makes sense. How peculiar. I hate to say it, but maybe I saw a ghost. Freaky. Come on, dude. Knock it off with crap like that. Ghosts give me the willies. Not to mention, I live right there. Try keeping your nose out of other people's business, little brat. Nothing to say? Koichi, no! Hey! What the hell do you think you're doing? What? I should be the one asking you that question. You and your friends are on my property.
Representing Varsity Club
Travis touched down,
from
is it
Tokyo,
not?
Japan.
Son of a bitch!
The Milkman, Macho.
Henry, a katana. This is getting interesting. What do you go by? Wara, what you want, Sir Henry? Henry. Wara, what you want, Sir Henry? Where are your manners? Your instincts serve you well. I don't know who you are or what you want, Sir Henry. Where are your manners?
Enough! If it's about the newspaper, I said we don't want any. What's your problem? Look, buddy, I just lost my dad to a stroke, and I'm still trying to figure out what the hell my family's going to do, okay? Come back later. You're... Joseph! You finally came back for me after all of these years! I've been waiting for you! Since Dad died, it's been like living in an endless sea of depression! You came when I needed you most, Joseph, my love! I love, 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 love.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not the Joe Star you're looking for. You see, not a wrinkle on my face.
Oh. Now that you mention it, you do look younger.
Good grief. I'm Joseph's grandson. My name is Jotaro Kujo.
Oh, his grandson, huh?
Josuke will tell you the rest of the story. Tedious chit-chat drives me up the wall. Speaking of Josuke, is he around?
The first flame quickly fades.
Are you listening? I asked where Josuke
Darkness
is.
will shortly settle.
Oh, well, the school day just ended, so he isn't... Oh,
I see. Then I'll be back tonight.
Wait, you're leaving already?
Tiny flames will dance across the darkness.
Oh, about your father. His death was a real shame.
Like
If Joseph
embers
Joestar were
linked
here,
by
he'd
Lord's
protect you with
path.
his life. I'm sure he'd leap into danger if it meant keeping you safe. But he's an old man now. It'd be irresponsible to let him come here. That's why I'm here in his stead. I've got a bad feeling about this. The bow and arrow Angelo mentioned. The intel on Anyaba that the Speedwagon Foundation found in Egypt. And the fact that the witch is holding a bow and arrow. It really imparts the power of the stand to ordinary people. Shit. Another headache.
Have you completely lost your freaking mind? Let him go!
Let me make something real clear. My pop bought this house, which means I'm not gonna let you snoop around here. Get what I'm saying?
I think you're the one who's not getting it. I'm telling you to let go of my friend, punk. You really don't want to tick me off.
Hey, it's not nice to call people names. Especially when the person you're insulting just happens to own the property you're trespassing on. Jeez, don't you know how to be polite?
I know that I'm gonna smash your face in if you don't shut your goddamn mouth.
What? Hey, bro!
Interested as to why I shot him with the arrow? Because that goon is Josuke Higashikata.
Really? So it's you.
Given that he defeated Angelo, his stand abilities will likely pose a nuisance to us as well.
You know about stands too? Out with it! Are you stand users?
Okuyasu, make Josuke Higashikata disappear.
Koichi!
I had hopes he'd turn into a stand user, and a useful one at that. But alas, it was all for naught. That boy's a goner.
He can't! Hey, move it! There's still time for me to heal his injury using Shining Diamond's power!
Too bad. Josuke Higashikata! I, Okuyasu Nijimura, will make you vanish, so behold the hand! Get ready.
Out of the way, or I'll make good on my promise to smash your face in.
Wow. Gotta admit, you're pretty fast.
Hey, Okuyasu. It appears manipulating a stand is a lot like driving a car or motorcycle. Any bumbling halfwit can get in the driver's seat of a muscle machine, but with only air between his ears, he'll still be too scared to drive.
Hey, bro, why the heck did you have to go and say all of that mean stuff for? This bastard's just a little faster than I thought he was gonna be.
Let me remind you, this isn't a game, Okuyasu. There was a time when the mere thought of your stand, the hand, sent horrific chills streaking down my spine. Pull yourself together. It's time for you to kill Angelo's murderer, Josuke Higashikata. If you don't end him now, he'll prove troublesome in the future.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I was talking to my grill back there. That's not fair at all.
Oh man, you're not too bright, are you?
What? Not right? Why are you wrong?
I told you to move it. Koichi! Thank God you're still with me. I can save you before soon.
I have had enough. You are not getting away.
I'm not gonna tell you again! If you wanna piss me off, keep running!
All right, I will. Let's see if you've got the gun.
Bastard! He's got way too much confidence in his right hand! Shit! That right hand! Something tells me... Shit!
Let go of my right hand, you son of a bitch!
It is his right hand! it's definitely up with your right hand. My gut is telling me that there's more to it than you're letting on.
You can think about my hands once you're warm food. This is it for you.
Koichi, hang on a little longer. The sign. Something's not right about it. No passing.
A lot of action in that match. Let's have a look. Nobody can say he didn't earn this win here. Really a solid, bordering on great performance.
If I were you, I wouldn't be so quick to back up, you flimsy prick. Or don't you care about moving away from your friend? Why don't you come a little closer?
That's it. The sign's missing half a word. Now I get it. Your hand didn't make part of that sign disappear. It cuts out space in midair. That's your stand's ability, isn't it?
Bingo, Josuke Higashikata! My stand's right hand can make whatever it grabs disappear. But the void that's left behind closes and pulls together the space as if it never happened. But as for the part my hand takes away, once my unlucky target is sucked into the void, I don't have a freaking clue where it goes. Even if you try to run, it wouldn't matter, because I can still do this. I just have to grab some space. And then... Hey, you came right to me. It's like teleporting, isn't it? In case you didn't get the memo, you're up against the hand, a stand that even my bro fears. Try as you might, you can't run now. Josuke! No matter where you try to hop, you're always within my reach. So go ahead, punk, make my day. Weakling. How was a piece of dog shit like you able to take down Angelo?
She's on the defensive now. Though we've seen her come back from worse in the past. She's the kind of competitor that...
Guess you haven't figured out how worthless you are. So which one of us wasn't fried again? Now hurry up and die, Josuke!
That proves it. You, sir, are truly an idiot.
Say what?
She's taking out the heat, but she knew this match wasn't going to be easy. Concentrate, I know exactly what you're thinking, and I can tell you with all certainty, she still has plenty of gas left in the tank. She's giving her so evenly matched at this point, guys. There's just no telling which one of them will walk
That was a close one. Okuyasu Nijimura. I'd say his stand was pretty great, but I'm not one to lie. He's gonna be a pain in the ass when he wakes up and tries to attack me. I guess I better draw out his nap with some gentle asphyxiation. This'll definitely put the sting of defeat in his soul. Here we... Koichi! Now you've gone too far.
I'll kill you!
She gets out of the way.
This arrow is irreplaceable. There's only one, you know. It's essential to my mission. Losing it is not an option.
There's almost no defending against a move like
Angelo's
that.
story says it all. There's no doubt this is the bow and arrow that unleashed Dio Stand. The weapon that released the world. After Inyaba's death, someone must have nabbed the bow and arrow. And now they're using it to create more stand users. Right here in Morio. We've got to find and destroy the damn thing. Fast. A villain fouler than Dio. Or worse, a stand user who wields even more power than the world. We can't let either come to pass.
Hey, leave that arrow alone! You'll bleed out if you keep it up!
Because of the failings of my blockhead brother, I now have no other choice but to kill
She
you.
goes for the cover.
Nothing personal, but I can't let anything happen to the arrow. It wouldn't do for it to break or catch the eye of some old crone.
Going for the big one.
Given my meticulous nature, I feel somewhat compelled to return it to its proper place. I mean, what should one do when one is finished listening to a CD? You should put the first in its case before listening to the next. That's how everyone does it. And it's how I do things. Now what's this? So you've decided to enter our abode?
No shit, Sherlock! How else was I supposed to beat your smarmy ass and get Koichi back to normal?
Here's another look.
Brother! Don't count me out just yet! Wait for me to help before you attack him! Attack? I hope you're ready! This fight is just getting started! There's something moving up there in the dark. What the hell?
We're about to see a high-risk move from the top rope.
Okuyasu.
Your stupidity is truly astounding. If you hadn't stumbled in here like a bumbling idiot, worse company would have already destroyed Josuke. And what's more, you walked right into the line of fire.
But bro,
Your stand, the hand, may be menacing, but you, little brother, are a fool. The incompetent will hinder the capable without fail. I've told you over and over since we were kids. And life is only worth living when it has growth. You've heard that before, too.
She's taking out some heat. But you knew this
I've never seen moves like those before. What kind of attack leaves you looking like a pincushion? One thing's for sure, he's hiding something.
Poor little brother. You know, it's idiots like you who deserve to die like a miserable roach on its back.
he's fiddling the place with tiny holes. What is he doing? Shining diamond! What kind of monster attacks some freaking brother?
Josuke Higashikata. No matter how dire the situation, he would never abandon this brat. I'm willing to bet he'll be back to save him soon enough. He'll die by my hand, as will anyone who gets in the way of this bow and arrow. I'll wipe them all out of existence.
Now then, I think it's way past time you tell me about your brother's stand. What kind of power does his stand have? Spill it and I'll get rid of these holes in your face. Like I tell, I'll never rat my bro out. Understand? Fool.
Have it your way.
I suppose that's just how it's gonna be.
She doesn't want this lack of momentum to snowball. She has to be careful not to let this get out of hand here, guys.
Alright, I'm going in. Since you're not gonna help, just stay out of my way, Okuyasu. Koichi doesn't have much time, so I have to move quickly.
You might be looking at the end of the line for her. That's over at this point. Give her credit, though, guys. She may be on the wrong end of this battle right now, but she is showing absolutely no signs.
If earlier is any indication, his stand's gonna attack from somewhere in the dark. One thing's for sure, this is gonna suck.
What?
I have to rely on instinct. Senses don't fail me now.
Where are you going? I gotta know, Josuke. Why the hell did you heal my injuries?
Be quiet, let me focus.
Didn't it cross your mind that I might attack you? I am your enemy after all.
Are you serious?
That depends on how you answer my question. Why the hell did you heal me? I'm having a hard time piecing things together, so hurry up and tell me, damn it. Also, what the hell happened to your hand? Did my bro do that to you when you were pulling me out here? None of this is making any sense. Why'd you go through so much trouble to try and save me?
Well, it's not complicated. I didn't think anyone needed to die today. Truth be told, it's as simple as that.
Hey, rules are rules. You gotta pay attention to the 10 count or you're gonna lose. It's that simple.
Koichi. He was taken upstairs.
asking questions, Josuke! You lost your goddamn mind? I'm trying to rescue Koichi! I wanna know why! Why didn't you use your stand's healing power to patch up those holes in your hand? Instead of wrapping it like that, you could just make it all better, like you did my face!
Unfortunately, that's not how it works. Shining Diamond can't heal my own wounds. The fact of the matter is, life isn't always as easy as we want it to be. While we're on the subject, I can't bring back the dead no matter how hard I try. Last thing, Okuyasu. I don't know how Koichi's doing, but if he doesn't pull through, I'm gonna take it out on your brother. So if shit hits the fan, be pissed off at your bro, cause all of this is his fault. Understand me? If so, go outside and wait. Koichi! Shit. This has to be a trap. He'll probably ambush me as soon as I get close to Koichi. But even if it is a trap, this may be my only chance to save him. His life is on the line, so there's no time to hesitate. What? Damn you bastard! Josuke! He teleported. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, and I think with my heart instead of my head. I'll repay you for what you did for me just this once. That's where my gratitude ends. I'm not helping you out anymore, but I won't help my bro either. This is it. Well, that's great to hear, Okuyasu. Hey, you held up pretty great back there, Koichi. I'm so thrilled to see you're awake. How many fingers do you see? 5. I remember my neck being slammed hard between the gates. After that, I was... Where the heck are we? Sorry to have to tell you this, Koichi, but things haven't gotten any better while you were napping. All I want to do right now is walk down those stairs and leave this place behind. But something tells me Okuyasu's bro won't exactly comply with that. There's no mistaking it. Something's lurking up there, but it's staying out of sight. What the? Something ran across that beam. Josuke, what's going on here? Koichi, I know you just woke up and none of this makes sense, but for now I need you to keep quiet and stay close to me. It was a hell of a lot creepier when I couldn't see it. Getting a look at it is actually a relief. Looks like we've got a pesky runt on our hands. As soon as that little shit shows himself, I'll blast him to Kingdom Come with Shining Diamond. Then we'll get the hell out of here as fast as we can. There you are! What? There's a ton of those things, and they're all in some kind of uniform. What the? It's like we're being ambushed by a bunch of toy paratroopers. This is the power of Okuyasu's brother Stan. Damn it! Son of a... I got a few, but taking out 2 or 3 of them isn't gonna be enough. They leave tiny wounds, but the damage definitely packs a wallop. If we don't play this smart, we're gonna be in major trouble.
Since my idiotic little brother decided to meddle with my trap and save that brat, my plan has gone off the rails somewhat. But in the grand scheme, it's of little consequence. You'll never escape this house, or the domination of my perfectly synchronized stand. Worst company!
So his stand is called Worst Company. Hey, Josuke, what's going on? Ask me later. I know it's crazy, but I need you to stay back. They're up to something.
All units! Halt! Ready! Aim! Fire! Clear space! Fire!
have the firepower to blow us to smithereens. Luckily, we've got windows. I know we're on the second floor, but we've got to break those windows and jump to safety. So much for that idea. That's just great. They've even got helicopters? But how's his stand taking the form of U.S. Army Apache choppers? Watch your back! They've got a tank! You're right, those are definitely tanks. Koichi, careful. Please! Do you want to run that by me one more time? Can you actually see the enemy? Soldiers, tanks, helicopters, all of them? I don't understand what's going on, but I can see them. The arrow, since it didn't kill you, it must have given you a stand.
Oh, so the shrimp has one as well. He's finally got the power to use a stand. This certainly is a surprise.
It's the man of the hour, Okuyasu's bro. This is a pretty ballsy move. Showing off your stand like that?
You can think of my stand worst company as a cast iron defense. It renders all attacks and intruders incapable of penetrating its protective shield. I know you're itching to put me out of commission, but sadly, it's a pipe dream that will never come to fruition, as your Shining Diamond's attacks will never get anywhere close to me. Feast your eyes on this. The perfect symmetry of my army's formation is simply stunning, isn't it?
All units, maintain battle formation! At ease!
There's just nothing quite like having everything beautifully in place. Though you did destroy a few of my foot soldiers with your attacks, so my troops' formation is irritatingly asymmetrical now.
Well, you did say you were meticulous, but did you really need to come out of your hiding spot to tell us all that?
Now, what on earth would give you that idea? I came out here to observe the little troublemaker.
You mean me?
Indeed I do. If I recall, Koichi was your name. Ironic that you appear to have the innate ability to utilize a stand. Manifest your stand right now, and show me the extent of its power. If today's my lucky day, you may just possess the ability I've spent so long trying to uncover. Show me your power, and I'll allow you to live.
But I don't know. And what ability would that be? It's about time you told us what your endgame is.
I'll be asking the questions around here. Do I make myself clear, Josuke? Keep in mind, I still have you in my crosshairs. You should be thanking me for letting you live as long as I have.
That's just great.
Let's go! Get a move on! Manifest your stand!
What's a stand? Sorry, I have no clue what you mean.
Huh? It's your first time? Well, I'll be. Very well, Josuke. Be a sport and show him how to manifest his stand.
What?
The striking range of your Shining Diamond is only a measly 1 meter. It's a long shot, but if this wimp's stand can compensate for the weakness of yours, you might have a real chance at escaping my company.
Good point. A stand that could kick your ass would be an awesome addition to the party. Okay, materializing your stand is easy, Koichi. Ramp up the urge to protect yourself, or maybe think about pummeling this guy until he's black and blue. The rest boils down to instinct. A stand unique to your spiritual energy should reveal itself.
Hold on! Say what? You can't just spring that on me and expect me to know what to do!
You don't know what to do? Then please allow me to help you out. Here's some inspiration. Do it, Green Beret!
What?
That's it.
Hey, Koichi, you have to try moving it.
What are you talking about?
The stand! Now open your eyes!
What stand? Are you saying I made this thing?
Yeah, I'll congratulate you later. First, we need to find out what this egg-shaped thing can do.
What it can do?
I don't know what the heck you think is supposed to happen, but I don't have any energy left. That was the best I could do.
You're kidding. That's it?
This stand. Enough! I've seen everything that I need to. All units, get in battle formation.
Koichi, withdraw your stance. If they destroy this egg, you'll die too.
What do you mean? I don't know how to do that.
Light 'em up, men!
Josuke!
Excellent. Those two have been separated. The crack in that egg. The brat doesn't realize it, but he might have something there. So the only man dying today is Josuke.
Word to the wise, Sergeant Bro. If you're trying to bring the roof of this dump down on our heads in a fiery inferno, then do it and stop playing around. This is great. Yeah, I'm in the mood for a brawl.
Josuke Higashikata, is it true that you strongly disapprove of disparaging remarks related to your hair?
Why don't you find out for yourself? Go on, I dare you.
Thanks, but I don't think that'll be necessary. Instead, I'll blow your head right off from underneath that prized hair of yours. Consider yourself forewarned. But First Worst Company will fire bullets into your legs. That'll keep you from running away. Next, we'll focus on taking out your arms. Once that's done, you'll have no means of defending yourself, giving me carte blanche to blow your brains and hair into oblivion.
Well, that sounds like a bulletproof plan if I ever heard one. If you overlook the fact that it's completely impossible...
I've already told you how meticulous I am. When I declare something, I stick to it. Thus, the warning.
He's wide open. All I have to do is make that stand thing appear again. It's only an egg. But if I can somehow hurl it at him and make a direct hit, I might be able to beat him. All right, Koichi. Time to rise to the occasion. I'm gonna beat him!
Remember, the only reason I'm still letting you draw breath is because your stand intrigues me.
Bastard!
All units aim! Fire at will!
Hey, Sergeant Bro, have you ever heard the story where Moses parts the waters of the Red Sea right down the middle? Because that's what I'm about to do to your pathetic army. Then I'm gonna beat you down!
My plan is proceeding exactly as I forewarned, but you're too big of a fool to see it, Josuke Higashikata!
A landmine?
First your legs will go. Now, Apaches, release your firepower and disable him!
He got my arm!
First the legs, then the arms, exactly as I predicted. Hellfire is going to rain down on you with a flurry of bullets! Can those wounded arms of yours save you? Or will Worst Company tear you apart? Let's find out as it fires every missile, shell, and round! You lose, Josuke Higashikata! All units! Ready! Aim! And what exactly do you think you're doing? Could it be you're accepting your fate? Or is it that you're asking me to show you mercy? Well, no can do. All units! Take him out!
You think you've got me cornered, but I've already implemented my tactics.
What? I'm sure those are the missiles I shot at Josuke's arm. He turned them against me!
What, did you forget? My Shining Diamond's special ability is to repair almost anything that's been broken. Really, if you're that forgetful. You might want to take some notes. And make sure you're meticulous. I really hate to say it, but Okuyasu's brother just about took me out for good. Koichi, I think it's high time we got the hell out of here. Huh? But what about the bow and arrow he had? Where did it go? Good memory. Bastard must have hid it somewhere after he dragged you up the stairs. Don't tell me you wanna... Yeah. Hold off on looking for it. If their dad bought this place, he may still be around. Plus, I'm too badly hurt to be of much help to you. Let's just leave it be for now. No! We can't just do nothing! Look, the only reason I'm alive right now is because you healed my wounds with your stand. But think about it. If somebody else gets shot with that bow and arrow, let's face it, they're probably gonna die. Is that what you want? You can stay here and rest up. Don't worry about me. I'll find it by myself. And truth be told, I'm not so sure their dad even lives in this house anymore. I mean, if he was living here, he would have come out by now, right? He may not look it, but Koichi has a hell of a lot of guts. At least when things get tough, or he's not in his head. But that won't mean a thing if we don't make it out of here. We need to leave as fast as we can. Hey! Oh, it's you! What? You trying to stop me? Not a chance. We're gonna snap that bow and arrow in two, then say goodbye to this hellhole. Together. What are we supposed to do? I'm too scared to think. Why are you asking me? I voted to leave this house of horrors. I know, but... We can't just turn back now. Alright, Koichi. On the count of 3, I want you to bust the door open with everything you've got. That should scare it. Then I'll run over as fast as I can and break that bow and arrow in half. You got it? Yeah. Let's go. 1, 2, 3! What the hell? Koichi! Help me! Wait a minute. That thing is no stand. It's a real hand attached to a real funky-looking arm. Help me, please! Yuck! I wasn't trying to sever it. That thing. I can't believe something like that was living right under our noses. Gross!
So you found him. That was never supposed to happen.
You again.
It's a long story, but he's our father, if you can believe it. And right now, he needs these more than you.
Why is he grabbing the bow and arrow?
It's imperative that I find more stand users for my father, so no one is getting these. Come at me with all your might if you must. I'll protect him until the bitter end.
So did a disease do this to your dad?
A disease? You're joking. Dad is in excellent health, minus the warts. He even has a hearty appetite. But all he does is moan. It's safe to say he has no idea I'm his son.
So you've been searching for a stand user with the power to cure your father?
To cure him? What? Are you offering? 'Cause you're not needed. You're wrong. I've been searching for a stand user who can kill my father, but at this point I doubt it'll ever happen. No matter what I do, Dad won't die. I could bash his head in or chop his body into a million tiny pieces. Even slicing him to ribbons won't kill him. I just want to end his suffering. As a kid, I swore to do everything in my power to make that happen. But I need the bow and arrow in order to make good on my promise to him. If I hand these over to you, Dad will be a freak for all eternity. Suffering. All because some bastard named Dio decided to implant cells in his skull and make my dad a monster!
Hold on! Did you say Dio? The guy from Mr. Jotaro's story.
Indulge me by listening to how things used to be. Chosuke Higashikata. Although what I'm about to tell you is related to your life as well. Everything began 11 years ago. 1988 was the beginning of the end. I was 7 that year, and my brother Okuyasu was just 4. We were living in Tokyo during this time. It was the middle of the bubble economy, and spirits were high. Well, the spirits of everyone, except my father. Mom fell sick and died, and Dad's business went under. He was buried under a mountain of debt. He'd often beat us for no reason, and was the walking definition of a loser. That's when everything changed. Out of the blue, a seemingly endless supply of cash started rolling in. On top of that, there were jewels and precious metals, but Dad didn't have a job to speak of. After some research, I found out the truth. My father had made a dark deal. He sold his own soul to a man by the name of Dio. He became Dio's lackey for monetary gain. Based on what I found out, Dio's goal was to scour the globe in search of potential stand users. And somehow he discovered my dad had the capacity to manifest a stand. However, to this day, I have no idea what the nature of his stand is. And then things changed again. It's been 10 years, but I remember it like yesterday. It was 2 in the afternoon. I'd just come home from a long day at school.
Okuyasu! Did that bastard hit you again? What's wrong with him?
No, he didn't.
Dio is dead. That must be the reason.
Dad? Dad? I'll call an ambulance.
It's no use. I'm not sick. The flesh blood is ravaging my body. This is the end. After a year, he didn't know who we were. The man had forgotten all about his own children and had become a muttering glob of flesh. Dio used to implant his own cells into the minds of those he distrusted, so he could manipulate his victims in whatever way he saw fit. And as you can guess, he implanted one of those things into Dad. For 10 years, I threw myself into research. I studied stands. I learned about Jotaro. In my studies, I learned of Enyaba the Hag and obtained possession of the bow and arrow. But in the process, I slowly resigned myself to the fact that Dad would never recover from the curse that plagued him. My father had already become one with the immortal cells of Dio. Now he spends his days doing nothing but this. It's infuriating to watch. Every moment of every day for the past 10 years, he scratched around that stupid box of rubbish. If I confiscate it, he wails and groans for days on end. I'm sick of dealing with it. Look at his putrid face. Makes me disgusted with the very idea of life itself. I've told you over and over, stop making a mess! Though I've noticed, when I discipline the bastard, he seems to hear me! And he keeps rummaging in his own filth, but I guess the swine can't help it!
Enough! You're the one who needs to stop. He's still your father, isn't he?
Yeah, you're right. This man is my father, but in blood only. The detestable thing I see before me isn't the father I used to know. This man sold his soul to Dio and is living the life he created. But I'm not totally without a heart. Seeing my one and only father like this is unbearable. You don't know how it feels. All I want to do is end his life and finally free him from this suffering. And by putting him out of his misery, I'll be able to live my life again.
Okay, there. Just fine. Maybe you're toxic.
What did I say? I've had just about enough of you! Get out of the box right now!
Hey! You've more than made your point!
Sorry, but I just can't let you have this bow and arrow. Not now or ever!
That works for me. I'll just take that bow and arrow later. But right now, my sights are set on that box! Huh? Wait, the box? It was clear from the way he was clutching those scraps of paper that there was something important about them. Now it makes sense. A family photo. He knew what he was doing. He hasn't been mindlessly rummaging through that box for 10 years. He's had a purpose. He was looking for the photo of his sons when they were young. It's true that he's not completely aware of his surroundings, but deep down, his memories are still intact. Memories of better days. Give up on looking for a stand that kills. Because if you focus on using one that heals instead, then I'm willing to help you. But first you'll have to hand over that bow and arrow, because they're history. You're not planning to run, are you?
Bro, please. Enough is enough.
Okuyasu.
Come on. Let's end this already. There's no point in fighting him, right?
So, you stuck around.
What do you say? There's a chance Dad could get better, couldn't he? So what if he doesn't look the way he used to? That stuff doesn't really matter. The important thing is, he have his memories and soul, right?
Okuyasu, the hell do you think you're doing?
Bro.
Move it, Okuyasu! Don't you see it's far too late for me to just turn my back on the mission? I've already slaughtered countless people in this town with the very bow and arrow you're gripping. Besides, as far as I'm concerned, you're no longer my brother. As such, I have no qualms about killing you where you stand.
Bro.
The eyes of a wolf who has failed in his duties. Or so it seems to me.
That is not your concern.
Spoken like a true shinobi. I must guard the Buddha. You do what you will.
Guesses? These are all. Now don't bother showing up.
Question. Is there anyone else living here besides you two and your dad?
Others? No, it's just the three of us.
It's coming from the outlet.
Okuyasu! Pull your head out of your ass, you idiot!
No! Big Bro! I'll be relieving you of this bow and arrow, Keicho Nijimura. You do still remember me, don't you? Since you awakened my stand when you shot me with this arrow.
I do, and you are an idiot. You can't handle the bow and arrow.
Keicho Nijimura! Stands are a manifestation of the soul. I've matured since you told me that. But let me guess, you weren't expecting my stand, Chili Pepper, to evolve to this degree!
Worst company in town!
No more words! Hey, is that electricity? Okuyasu's brother is turning into it, and so is the bow and arrow! Bro!
Don't touch me! You'll get sucked into!
Bro!
This isn't good! All that work, and he's stealing the bow and arrow! Okuyasu, I knew you'd find a way to screw me over!
There's no doubt in my mind that a stand user was watching us from that window. Did you recognize that stand back there, Okuyasu?
I didn't. Bro was the one who found the stand users. And when he did, he didn't tell me. Josuke! Look! It's...
Okuyasu.
Bro, I knew it was only a matter of time before this happened. I knew all the bad things he did in his life would catch up to him one day. But still, in the end, my brother used his dying moments to save my life, didn't he? Josuke, you saw it, right?
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better. Whatever is false, your brother saved your life.
Happen to be Jotaro Kujo?
I don't recognize your voice. Who is this and what do you want from me?
The who doesn't matter, Jotaro Kujo. But as for what I want, I'm kindly asking you to get the hell out of Morio.
Now let me see if I've got this straight. A complete stranger calls and wants me to just up and leave town. What would you do if the situation was reversed?
Doesn't matter since I have the bow and arrow. That's right. I took it from Keicho Nijimura after I killed him, and I don't mind getting rid of you either. I've heard all about you, Jotaro, that you have the ability to stop time for 1 or 2 seconds. But since you're such a tough guy, I thought I'd take a shot at convincing you over the phone first.
Are you a stand user too? What do you want with the bow and arrow?
I don't mean to cause you any trouble if that's what you're implying. And as long as Josuke Higashikata minds his own business, I won't lay a finger on him either. I haven't had this stand ability for too long, so my only priority right now is to have a little fun. I've had enough of dealing with mundane things like entrance exams and resumes.
So, you're a student, huh?
What difference does that make? Listen, if you wear out your welcome, I'll kill you and Josuke in ways that'll haunt you.
How many other stand users are there in this town? Here we go again.
Keiicho Nijimura was buried in Kunimi Peak Cemetery, west of Morio. However, the bow and arrow remains missing. For Okuyasu Nijimura, it was time to step up and look after his father for a while. And...
Josuke, can you get that?
Good morning.
Hey, Josuke! Time to go to school, buddy!
Huh?
Start today, the two of us are gonna be going to the same school.
Even so, that doesn't mean you have to come and get me. This is an elementary school.
No way! You know, I never realized your house and my house were so close together.
Yeah, shock. But like I said, you don't need to walk me to
Come on! You don't want us to be late.
Hey there, are you one of Josuke's friends?
Hi, I'm Okuyasu Nijimura.
Come on in and have some coffee while he finishes getting ready.
Wow, really? Don't mind if I do. Have you noticed that your mom's kinda hot? I'm right behind you.
A comedian. Just great. What have I done?